Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Okay, we're going to be talking about something that's running around the rumorville, okay? And it has to do with an ABC moderator from the debate. Her name is Lindsay Davis. And it also has to do with the VP Harris, okay? At saying that they're sorority sisters. It is true to an extent, okay? They are both part of a sorority called Alpha Kappa Alpha. There are 360,000 members. There are 1,074 chapters in 50 states and 11 countries. Lindsay Davis went to University of Virginia and NYU, whereas Harris went to UC Law, San Francisco, and Howard University. And Harris is also like 16 years older than Davis. Yeah. So this is the video that is circulating. Okay, so let's watch.
So I'm finding out this morning that one of the moderators, the lady that was up there, is actually Kamala's sorority sister. So you have the sorority sister, and then you have her best friend that is one of the execs. So now we know why there was a 3-on-1 debate. So we know that it was a biased debate. No questions asked. So you're celebrating for nothing, because she never did get to her policy. She never answered any questions. They never fact checked her on anything. I want to bring something else to your attention, because a lot of people are distorted in knowing what a real leader is. See, Trump is a real leader. A real leader is not perfect by any means. For my Christians out there, you know David in the Bible wasn't perfect. You know Paul wasn't perfect. Noah wasn't perfect. Solomon wasn't perfect. Abraham wasn't perfect. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. King Cyrus. None of those leaders were perfect, but nonetheless, they were leaders. See, a leader shows up. They don't hide from the people. She's saying that she's a part of the people. Then where were you for 3.5 years? You didn't show up. You didn't show up for the families that was in Afghanistan. You didn't show up. All you did was hid behind the keyboard all weekend and talk about the real leader that showed up. You didn't show up to the border. Trump went to the border, even though he wasn't president. He showed up to the border. And for all you black people out there, she didn't even show up to the NABJ. Trump showed up to the NABJ. You know, so the only leader that's perfect was Jesus Christ. But even back then, in his day, they would have called him an imperfect leader, because he didn't concede to their itching of ears and what they wanted to do. He wasn't all about optics. All he was about his father's business, standing on the truth. That's what Jesus was about. He's the only perfect leader. But you know, Satan, they manipulate you with flattery. That's what Satan does. He makes you, they polish themselves up to deceive you. See, Satan is the father of lies. Jesus is the conveyor of truth. And that's what we need during this time. It's time to rise up and speak out against the evil of the atrocities of this party. The manipulation, the gaslighting, it has to stop. And black people, y'all are sitting up here and y'all supporting this stuff. And this woman said that she wasn't doing nothing for black folks. She was locking up black men in jail left and right. And y'all still want to back her. So she's saying that it's time for a change. She is completely right. I 100% agree. It's time for a change, and it's time to get your administration, fire her administration, and move in Trump into the White House. Y'all, so it's time to put America first instead of having America last. So y'all, let's get out there. We stay prayed up. We need to pray during these rough times, and just keep your head on the swivel. And I'll check in with y'all later. All right.
So the Sorority Connection is more possible clue as to why the debate was like one-sided, if you want to say that. While the Sorority Connection was not mentioned at the debate, Davis did speak about it during an ABC coverage. While the Biden-Harris inaugural happened in January of 2021. So let's listen to that, okay?
Lindsay Davis, Robin Roberts is right. It's a sorority thing. I don't understand it at all. So you have to explain it to everybody.
Sure.
You're a sorority sister of Kamala Harris.
Right. Well, pearls are a symbol of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which she pledged while she was at Howard University. And the strand of pearls is symbolic of the unity and the sisterhood. OK, but on this day, there's actually a Facebook page of women who say wear pearls on January 20th, 2021. And hundreds of thousands of women are apparently wearing pearls in support of her.
So Davis did not mention the Sorority Connection when she interviewed Harris in 2023. But given the strong support for Harris by Alpha Kappa Alpha, Davis should have disclosed the Sorority Connection at the start of the debate. And I think that because of the connection there should have been like a what's the word or the phrase, really? Conflict of interest. Okay, there is a conflict of interest there. Not saying that there could have been like favoritism shown, even though obviously, okay, they should have picked somebody else. All right. From what I understand, there's not going to be another debate. I think another debate was asked for, but the moderators were asked to be different, but I think that I don't think there's going to be another debate. I don't think there is. Because obviously it would be on his terms, not on hers. And as for the earrings, because I know that a lot of people are saying that about the earrings that she was wearing. I did digging on that, okay? There are earrings that are made by a company called Nova, N-O-V-A. And the resemblance there is strong, but they are not by Nova. Actually, the earrings, and I know, a lot of you are going to say, oh, I'm not sticking up for anybody here. Okay, you guys know my stance. You know where I stand. The earrings that she was actually wearing were made by Tiffany. Yeah, they were. Because Nova actually responded to what people were saying about her wearing their earrings, and they said no, she's not wearing their earrings, even though they kind of look as if, but she's not. But the earrings that she were wearing were made by Tiffany. Yeah, so there's that. But I do believe that there was a conflict of interest between the debate moderator and her, and I think that if there were to be another debate, I think that they need to do some more background check. But that's just my opinion. They should not be having moderators to where there's actual obvious, not favoritism, but bias. Okay, and I do believe that someone had said to me, I don't know if it was my husband or what, something about a whistleblower or something along those lines, coming out about the questions that she was given questions before the debate, and it's kind of like, oh my God, can we just have a simple, fair debate here? I mean, where no one knows what's going to be asked. I mean, that's the whole point of a debate, that no one knows what questions are going to be thrown at them at any time, and I don't think it was fair, to be honest with you. I think that, she kept talking over him and, you know, just attack, you know, and I think that no questions were actually asked that really matter, that really, you know, that we actually care about, you know. Yeah, okay, they touched on the immigration, okay, yeah, fine, but they didn't talk about, you know, how inflation is really, you know, like really affecting us, where we the American people have to make the decision on if we're going to feed ourselves or pay our electric bill. They didn't talk about that. You know, they kept fact checking him, you know, but they didn't fact check her. You know, it takes people like me to fact check her, you know, that type of thing. And that shouldn't be the case here, you know, and that's what really, it upset me. You know, that's why I put the video out that I put out, because I had to fact check their fact checkers. And why should I have to do things like that? You know, it's just, it's BS. And, you know, honestly, if they wanted to have another debate, instead of having ABC, NBC, Fox, CNN, or MSNBC, or anything like that, why don't they take, okay, why don't they take, you know, like, say, high-profile YouTubers that have a political platform, like Benny Johnson, okay, Officer Tatum, or anybody, okay, that have a larger platform, and have them be the moderators. I think that would be better than having someone who literally gets paid to be biased. Okay? I mean, we can write questions out, I think, a hell of a lot better than any ABC, NBC, MSNBC, Fox, or CNN moderator can. And plus, we are the people. We are the ones that are being affected more so than anybody who works for the MSM. They make the millions. We don't. So we are the ones that would be able to ask the questions that actually matter. We're the ones that actually sit here and do the research. They don't. The research gets done for them, and the research that gets done for them is on a biased way. We're the ones that actually sit here for hours and hours and hours and dig through so much. I mean, you want to talk about draining the swamp? The swamp that we put ourselves into and try to decipher what's true and what's not? That's hard work, man. That's not easy stuff to deal with, okay? So you want to actually have another debate? Let us be the moderators. Let someone from YouTube, one of the bigger platforms, because obviously it wouldn't be somebody like me, but let Benny Johnson be or Officer Tatum, or let Jason be a moderator, or somebody like us. You know, somebody who actually is feeling the effects of what's really, truly going on in this country. That would be a real debate. That would be a real debate. Because we, the people, would actually be asking the questions. Let me know what you think. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.